Just a disclaimer before we jump into today's video, some of the content coming up may include sensitive and vulgar material. Viewer beware. Anything referenced in this video is for entertainment and mainly educational purposes to make viewers think. Nothing said or viewed is directed at any of the individuals shown. Please don't harass anyone mentioned, and let's keep this respectful. Thank you. Heckin Steve. If you're into reselling, retro video games, flipping, or collecting, more than likely you've run across this channel, Heckin Steve. In first impressions, you either love him or hate him.
Man, the guy really likes
Look at his shadow. It's like the plague's coming, bro. It's like the fucking plague's coming.
Yeah,
I definitely appreciate it.
Metallica's still wrapped up. I ain't even been touched.
It's got a little rip in the seal, but it looks pretty good.
Yeah, I can't believe that you have the audacity to buy that for $1 brand new and bring that up to the guy that has no idea that you're going to sell that for 1,000% profit.
Okay, there's 2 games in this case. They probably don't even know that. We may be getting a 2-for-1 special here.
You selling this stuff? How much you getting on the game? 3. All right, I'll do 3.
Yeah, see,
$3.
right there, he gave them what they asked for it because he was stealing a fucking game. Like, seriously, this dude just stole a fucking game. Now, I understand it's not a very valuable game, but stealing is stealing no matter what way you cut it. He just stole that fucking game.
But why is it so controversial? It's not like this was the first hater to pop up on YouTube, and why is this different? To start all of this mess, we need to go back into the late 2022 to 2023 period with a company called DK Oldies. Now, if you've been living under a rock, DK Oldies is a retro video game store located mainly online under their website and physically in Pennsylvania. The company gained considerable attention throughout the 2020s for its social media content, especially on TikTok, where the company posts videos about the day-to-day life in the store, showcasing its retro products and shipping their orders. In late 2022, DK Oldies began to receive criticism for selling overpriced, refurbished consoles that consumers claimed were not well refurbished, leading to a class action lawsuit from Treehouse. Not only did DK Oldies take the entire internet by storm, but it has also brought our well-known Heckin Steve channel back to the platform, because Steve started off with gaming and wrestling videos until he started making DK Oldies content and noticed something. It started getting views. I asked Steve directly over at his Discord, looking at your channel, starting with the gameplay and the wrestling, what was the whole concept or the motive to start digging into resellers and calling out and criticizing their behavior? From Steve, and I quote, "At the beginning of last year when DK Oldies was all of the buzz, I wanted to make a video to show others that there were better places to buy from for a lot cheaper. I was getting a lot of views on the videos and decided to make more. But eventually, the topic was getting a little stale, and so I tried making other content and stumbled upon resellers. At the time, I didn't know many of the YouTubers pointing out crappy business practices, so I went along with it. But the core reason of calling out resellers is the same as it was with DK Oldies, to inform people so that they can make better purchase decisions when collecting video games. And the jokes and the insults in there are to entertain viewers who dislike bad resellers." Now this begs the question, what is right and what is wrong? Now, if anyone remembers this damn dress that took the internet by its balls back in 2015, you'll know where I'm getting at. And what I mean is the whole premise and debate of this photo back in its prime was quite simple. Do you see white and gold, or do you see black and blue? And ironically, I see this whole debate on resellers and morals just like this dress. Everyone is going to have a different perspective, no matter how much we try to beat the dead horse about it. But regardless of all the debates that we can make, is there a common denominator we can find? I'd be a hypocrite myself to not acknowledge that at some point on my channel and in my videos, I may have been unfair or ripped someone off. I am not perfect. But some videos I've seen definitely made me rethink my own business practices or just treating people with respect no matter how much money we want to make or how bad we want to add a certain item to our collection. In one of Steve's most recent videos, he calls out a well-known reseller for paying $150 on a video game lot that ended up being worth around $3,000, and I'm not gonna lie, it made my stomach turn.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for...
Listen, man, you're better off if you don't put your face in your videos.
I have,
Yeah, PS2 as well.
I got a PS2, but I'm not sure. I have two of them. One works, one doesn't. Some of these games, I've looked them up. And, you know, the whole eBay thing. I don't know if you're on eBay or something like that. Like this Lunar game, you know, I'm not gonna say it, but this supposedly is like a $100, $150 game. I don't know.
How could you say it's a $150 game, but you don't know? That's like being like, this is a phone, and I don't know.
Like,
This is like my childhood stuff. This PS1,
that's what
PS2.
this was me. This was me, and then all this shit is all the kids stuff, and then the Xbox. And we'll open them up, everything's clean, everything works. I wouldn't sell it if it didn't. If you have a problem with something, let me know.
Now, you know, here with the 3DS XLs, I mean, we all know that those are going for close to $200, $150 to $200, if not more now. How much you think, you know, he's gonna pay for this whole collection?
I can get all this though.
All of this, okay.
Yeah.
Let me, why don't you give me like 5 minutes and I'll figure it out, all right? Tell me what you're thinking, and I'll tell you what I'm thinking.
Okay, so he's not even buying all of it.
Sold. Take it.
Yeah.
150? Man, I tell you what, these motherfucking resellers, you know what, dude? There are fantastic resellers that exist. Okay? I can think of a couple off the top of my head. Dave's Gaming Galaxy, Slimsy Parfaits, The Pickin' Preacher, It's Mike himself. Now, these are all resellers that I buy from. They give me great deals. They give me fair deals. They don't fucking sell me trash. But then, you know, you've got resellers like Philly Flipper here. He knows that the 3DS XL is worth at least $150. So he did the reseller thing where he offers the fucking money for one item and then the rest is free. Fucker. It's just sad, man. And what's even sadder about it is he gets paid by YouTube for his videos to show you how much of a piece of shit he is.
I'm gonna say 250, but you know what, man? Today's a garage sale. I think
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here's 160.
All right.
I think that should cover that stuff too.
I'm gonna give you that other PS2 because I want to make sure. I'm pretty sure that one that was out of the box is the working one, but I'm just gonna give you the other one if you want it.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
Guys, you know, these videos aren't just for me to make fun of resellers and call them terrible names and stuff like that. These videos are for people like him. I want these people, this guy right here, to stumble across my video and see how shitty this person was to them by ripping them off and stuff, because, you know, he doesn't really know. I mean, he knew that Lunar game was worth like $150. Whether you want to get rid of stuff in your house or not is irrelevant. You should still be compensated fairly for your belongings. They're your stuff, and it's a respect thing. Sure, everybody loves to get a steal and a deal. Absolutely, man. But I'm telling you, it's not cool. He should have at least given him the $250. When he said, honestly, I was thinking $250, but it's a yard sale, I'll do $150. He should have been like, yeah, no problem, man. I'll give you $250 for the stuff. Because we all know that he's going to make it off of one 3DS XL complete in the box. He's probably going to make $250. And if not, hit that and that Lunar game, he's breaking even. Everything else is free.
I do think at some point that we've all dreamed about finds like this if you're a reseller or a collector, or we wish we could get that type of score. But let's be real. How moral is it? Yes, we can argue all day that the seller accepted the $150, so there's no harm, no foul, and both parties are happy. But try to put yourself in the other perspective of the person for once. You just gave away $3,000 worth of items for $150. when you look at it from the other perspective, it's not so sweet anymore. Now, I am not here to bash anyone, but as I mentioned in the beginning of this video, I want this whole topic to get you thinking. And referring back to the dress, there will never be an end to this debate, but it is sure interesting to talk about. I think most of us back in kindergarten learned about the golden rule. Treat people how you want to be treated. Now, what does Steve have to do with all this? Believe it or not, I personally think his morals are in the right place at his core. But does he get his message across in his videos? Some can argue yes, that he's holding these people and their shady behaviors accountable, but with all of his negativity by cussing, making fun of people by their appearance, or name calling, does he lose his credibility, or more importantly, the message that he's trying to get across? Now, as I've mentioned, Steve isn't the first hater that YouTube has ever seen, but in my opinion, he's different from the majority in the aspect he wants people to be compensated fairly when selling their belongings or just treated better. And yes, I know it's ironic when he wants people to be treated better, but also is responsible himself for adding fuel to the fire by tearing down others. Whether you agree or disagree with Steve, I can tell you that two wrongs don't make a right. And if there is anything to take away from this video, let's try to do our best to be better people. Not only better to ourselves, but better to others. And a great example which I saw recently was actually from the Pixel Game Squad crew. They had the opportunity to dig through a garage filled with some pretty dang cool items, and they could have collected it, resold, made some money, whatever. But the point is, and what's the catch, is that the garage and the entire collection was from an individual that passed away due to some unfair circumstances in life. Instead of taking advantage of the moment, the PGS crew used it as a moment of opportunity to better someone's life and let alone their family. They auctioned off the items on Whatnot on behalf of the owners as a charity stream. They ended up raising over $10,000 to support the family during a time of need. This isn't to say that reselling is wrong or to shame anyone who's trying to make a buck, but at the end of the day, don't let greed crowd your vision and be fair and honest with everything you do. And I'm still working on this every day myself. What do you guys think? Let's start some discussions down in the comments, and if you made it to the end of the video, I appreciate you guys for sticking around. Cheers, and here's to a year of being better. If you guys enjoyed this content, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out my other videos for a little bit more in-depth on game hunting, collecting, reselling, and anything in between. Thank you guys for watching.